This is Q Racing News, brought to you by the Bank of America Racing Challenge.
We'll start this week's Q Racing newscast on Saturday afternoon at Ruidoso Downs, the $600,000 Grade 1 Ruidoso Futurity. PJ Chicken Black was able to overcome this terrible start and rally to a win, charging late to stop the clock at 17.850 seconds at 350 yards. That's 4 wins in 4 starts for the DeCirio filly, and the $300,000 paycheck raised her lifetime earnings to $426,000. She's owned by Denny Bowen and Freda Draper, and PJ Chicken Black was bred by Draper. Escar Ramirez has been in the irons now for all 4 races, including the restricted Grade 2 New Mexican Spring Futurity at Sunland Park, which the filly won by a length. She'd win this one by a head over Crash Cartel, and he's a star. 2 races later, Ochoa and Feature Mr. Bojangles were getting all the attention before the gates opened for the $670,000 Grade 1 Ruidoso Derby. But after a terrible start for both, it would be Executive Brass beating out Dashing Vike and RC Black Mamba in 20.099 seconds at 400 yards. Executive Brass is an executive menace gelding out of the Relegate mare and Trust, and he had the fastest qualifying time to the Derby. He was actually a supplemental nominee to the trials. So incidentally was PJ Chicken Black, winner of the Futurity that we just talked about. Executive Brass is owned by John Thurmond and Cherie Meredith, trained by J.J. Gonzalez and ridden by Bonifacio Perez. Speaking of trials, here is your fastest qualifier to the Grade 1 Ed Burke Million Futurity at Los Al. One Dashing Eagle benefited from a great start. It would go on to win by a length in 17.555 seconds for the 350 yards. Ridden by Adrian Loza for trainer Eloy Navarro, One Dashing Eagle would break his maiden in his second career start. Co-owner Gustavo De La Torre says he's had a lousy season up till now, but that things have picked up thanks to One Dashing Eagle. Yes, indeed they have. Here are the top 10 qualifiers to the Ed Burke. 2 of them trained by Paul Jones, 2 by Jose Antonio Flores, and 2 by Juan Aleman. 2 of them were sired by Corona Cartel, 2 by One Famous Eagle, and 2 by Walk Through Fire. Sweetwater Downs in Sweetwater County, Wyoming will welcome back the horses and the race fans in August after a 17-year hiatus. A number of trials will be run August 18th and 19th, with finals 2 weeks later on the weekend of September 1st and 2nd. Among them, the Sweetwater Futurity at 350 yards. Organizers expect the short meet to attract horses from Montana to California and everywhere in between. You'll soon be able to download the condition book at WyomingHorseRacing.com. Champion and world champion sire Separatist will stand at Rancho das Americas International Reproduction Center for the 2012 Southern Hemisphere season. From 9 crops to race, Separatist has sired 518 winners, 42 stakes winners, 2 champions, and earners of more than $15.5 million. Bred by Edward C. Allred, he was named champion 2-year-old colt, 3-year-old colt, and champion 3-year-old in 1999 and 2000. Separatist is expected to return to the U.S. for the 2013 Northern Hemisphere breeding season. The Ontario government will provide up to $50 million for 3 years of transitional funding to help the province's racetracks cope with the loss of slot machine revenue. The government earlier this year removed slot machines from racetracks, including Fort Erie, which earlier this week announced it would close at season's end after 115 years of operation. A task force has been assembled to work out the precise distribution of funds. Number of July 1st nomination deadlines for regional races in the Bank of America Racing Challenge, including all 6 divisions at Prairie Meadows, the host of this year's Challenge Championships on October 27th, plus the Championship Division at the Hippodrome in Mexico City. That's it for this week's Q Racing News. I'm Matt Darby in Amarillo. I'll see you next time.
This is Q Racing News, brought to you by the Bank of America Racing Challenge.